What is good, you guys? Welcome back. So, today I just want to have a conversation with you guys. I had a whole nother video planned, but I just want to have a conversation just like we're besties, chit chatting. And I want to talk about how your desires are hidden in plain sight. The desires that you want, that money, that SP, that career, that move, that home, all of it is here now in this present moment. And I want to share with you what that truly means. And I was thinking about what I've manifested the other day that I posted on my YouTube community channel about the sparkling water. If you haven't saw that, I posted it yesterday. And if you're listening over on my podcast, I'll link that in the description so you can go over and actually read it. But it was just let me know about how much this has happened for me, those little serendipitous moments or instant manifestations where things have appeared out of thin air. And it just really got me to thinking about how your desires are already present now. And the reason why we don't think our desires are already present now is because we somehow think that what we've created right now or what's appearing, that we got to get to somewhere else, or that somewhere else is better than what is right now, what's happening right now in this only moment. We think that there's somewhere else that we need to get to in order to experience our desires, and that we have to do something else. And of course, like, it can't just be, I can't see love, I can't see abundance right here, right now. But that's the key, you guys. See, the thing is, all realities are welcome to appear out of consciousness, even the reality that you're in right now where you don't have your desires. And it's perfect. All of it's perfect right now because it's all a springboard for you to see that you have all your desires now. But it really depends on what state you're looking through. But most people think that states are, let's say, most people have this thing for states where they think it's a story. So, meaning that it's your SP, that you don't have them. And how do I get into the state where I have them? How do I get into the state of, let's say, $30,000? How do I get into the state of $100,000? All these things. How do I get into the state of being a millionaire? Well, the stories themselves, like I said in my last video, come out of a state of being. And this is why I want you guys to understand being detached from form, being detached from the way the stories show up, the way that things look, because they just appear to tell the life of a state of being. So it's not that these states themselves are who you are, because states, as far as like stories and emotions and thoughts, they're always changing. But you are that unchanging. You are the knower. You are the observer. You are that awareness from which all of these come through. So these things change, so they can't be you. Okay. But we get attached to form, and it needs to look a certain way and all these things. And when it's changing and moving and all these things, we're not moving. So we get that resistance that's built up within us. But resistance is actually a gift, because resistance is that source energy that's letting you know that, hey, you're grabbing, hey, you're holding onto a concept, hey, this thing is moving and changing into what you desire, but you're not allowing it because you're not moving. You're taking your cues from the 3D. And so I was talking to a client yesterday, and we were talking about how normally when you're not comfortable with what you've already created and seeing your desires now with what you've already created, if you think that there's somewhere else that you got to be in order to experience your desires, what that's saying is that you get up every day and you look at what is, and you look at what is, and then you make opinions. But usually the opinions that you're making is based off of what you've previously thought. You're filtering it through that state of being, what you've previously thought. So you'll wake up today and you may not see your SP, and then you'll say, okay, well, of course I'm still in that old reality, or it hasn't changed, when every moment is independent of the next moment, that you're trying to make it linearly fit, but it's not. They're all separate. But it depends on where you're looking from your state of being, you guys. So your desires are hidden in plain sight, meaning that sparkling water from yesterday that I had was hidden in plain sight. But when I looked at what was, I originally thought that it wasn't there, that there was not another one, because I looked at what the 3D was physically showing and I said, okay, it's not there. But that moment I said, okay, tomorrow it's going to be amazing if I had another one, if I had another sparkling water left, where I can have it right after my walk. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you guys, over on the podcast, make sure you click that link so that way you can go and read that crazy manifestation. But because I experienced it within myself, within the true reality, once I said, wouldn't it be nice to have one tomorrow after my walk? And I experienced what it would be like, as if I've already been experiencing it, because I was that whole week. I was thinking about how amazing it was that I wasn't reaching for coffee when, after my walk, that I was actually having a sparkling water and that I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the flavor. So it was normal to me. So I was thinking about how I've been loving to experience it this whole time, that it's been something natural. So that's why when that can just appeared out of thin air, it was always there. There was a reality where it was always there, but I had to look from the experience, choosing this experience that I wanted to experience. And that was just feeling good and feeling abundant. So it was my state of being I changed. And then I moved to the reality where that can was always there, that I was going to have a can after my walk the next day. And so it was. But I want to talk about that because that's how your desires appear, from even what you see now where you don't see your specific person. And one of the challenges is always being in your head, but not grounding to the present moment, not grounding your desires in your present moment. And this is for us that are always thinking about, well, I need to get it right. I need to move somewhere in my mind, always in your head, always intellectualizing, but never being present with what you've created. Because if you're seeing lack from where you are now, like, I don't have my SP, I don't have the money, and I got to get to another state. How do I move? How do I change all these things? You're not seeing that right now in the present moment is where all that power is, where all of your true power is right now. And so, what that means is that if you're seeing through I don't have or lack, in this moment, when you decide to consciously choose to see from abundance, and what does that mean? That means that you have abundance right here, right now, with what you've created, in the reality, in the story that you've already created. And you have to consciously choose to see it. So let's say that you're in a state where you don't see your SP, you don't feel the love between you guys, you don't feel any of that stuff, right? And in the reality you're living in right now, they're not there. But the story is not the state. The story comes out of a state of being. So your state of being is seeing through lack. So now when you choose to look through the state of love, now what you're seeing right now is everything has a different meaning. So now if you're consciously choosing to look at what you've currently created as love, now what you'll see is, okay, well, where do I have love right now? You may have friends. You may have friends. I have love because I woke up today and there's another opportunity. Okay, that's love. I have love with my family. Okay, that's love. They love me. And you're acknowledging where you have it right now in the present moment. What it does is it changes your algorithm. It moves you out into the sea of possibilities, because now the universe is going to bring more of what you're conscious of already having. And it doesn't matter what you have right now in the 3D, you can find your desires. You can find your state of being here. And the stories themselves must rearrange around that. So when you're seeing right now, although you may not have your SP, although you may not have the money, if you can see the abundance right now, that is as simple as, I have breath in my life. And being present with that, I have breath, I have an abundance of breath. Oh my gosh, I have an abundance in my mind of thoughts, of ideas, that I could be creative. Like, that's abundance. I can walk. if I need to. I can exercise, I can move my body. That is abundance, that is love, that is fortunate, that's everything. And you can see the value in that right now. All of your desires will be given to you, but they're hidden right now because you're thinking like I don't have. So the universe is giving you more of what you are. So it's going to bring you more of that love, going to move the stories around because remember the stories are always changing. But you as the operant power, your only job is to consciously choose to see right now in this only moment that there is your desires. And it's not from a story because what you're seeing is more of yourself. You're seeing more of yourself. So it's not necessarily about the story of my SP, the story of my money, the story of all these things. I'm choosing to see right now me as the source, what I've created. There's love in every single reality, even if it's what you don't want, because it's just a mirror saying, like, hey, you're playing in the game of separation. And in that is love. So now you're moving back to that state of, okay, I am whole. Okay, I do have love. Okay, I do. And so what you're doing is reconciling yourself, you guys. If you think that you're separate from anything, it's because you think that you're separate from yourself. You think that you're separate from the source. And so it's not about your SP, it's not about the money, it's about you being one with yourself, coming back to wholeness. So what you're doing right now in the present moment is remembering that you are whole, remembering that you have your desires. And the more that you consciously choose to see it now, you're reconciling, you're becoming whole. And so now the stories around that must become whole, must become reflections of the fact that you are whole, you guys. So I don't want you to put all your stock into a form that's already changing, into emotions that are fleeting. Yes, you can consciously choose the emotion you want because that's who you are. People are like, well, why do I want to choose happiness even though I'm feeling sad? Because that's who you are. Most of us choose sadness based off of what we see out here, and we're filtered, but we don't realize we're filtering it through our state of being. But you can choose to see happiness because that's who you are. You can choose to see love because that's who you are. You could choose to see abundance because that's who you are. And you'll see it right now in your life with just the smallest things. And the more you start to see that, the universe is giving you more of that to see, and you're becoming more and more aware that it's here, and then more things are revealed. Your true nature is being revealed. So of course your SP is going to come back, the conversations are going to be better, that story is going to move around your new state of being of now seeing from love. Your money situation is going to turn around in your favor, and you're going to start seeing those opportunities appear out of nowhere, money appearing out of nowhere, because you've changed your state of being. So the story must change. But we think that the states are the stories themselves and the end is the story. But it's not. It's the fact that you're whole. You're recognizing that you've always been whole. You're recognizing that there was never any separation. And the only way you realize that is because now you're whole within yourself. You're seeing that what you wanted has always been present. And that's what I want you guys to understand, is that everything you want is here and now, but you're caught up in a changing form. Yes, your SP is already there. That reality is perfectly there too, but you can't see it through the eyes and the state of lack. So it's moving yourself away by constantly choosing to see more of what it is that you want just because you're the source, just because you can. Okay. So where you are right now, you have to see that it's perfect, and your denial and the non acceptance of what you've already created as the source is what's holding a lot of us back, because we're like, okay, I got to get somewhere else in order for me to have my desires. But no, you can consciously choose love, choose abundance, choose freedom now, and it's always now. And that way more will be revealed. But you have to accept that this moment is perfect because it's a springboard right now for you to see that you were never separate. And that's what I want you guys to understand, that the more you feed your true desires, the state of being consciously, now you're not taking the cues from the 3D. You're being that conscious, deliberate creator and choosing. You as the operant power are choosing to see what you want, choosing to become more aware, becoming more aware every day, every moment. And now more is being revealed to you from that state of love, from that state of abundance, but not in the story. So don't be attached to the stories. It's just the idea of what abundance would be like, just an idea of what love would be like. And all those realities exist where that's so, but it comes out of a specific state of being, of love, of oneness, of wholeness. So it comes out of I am. So you have to see right now with what you think that you lack, you are present, you are here, you can find yourself here. You can find reconciliation here with what you've already created. And that's where I want you guys to start. All right. So I just wanted to make this quick video to tell you that you set the tone. If you're waking up every day looking at what is and then saying, oh, okay, well, it hasn't changed, then it hasn't changed. But if you wake up today and you say, I set the tone, I'm deciding who I'm being. I decide to choose to only see love wherever I go. And I promise you, that's all you'll see. A Course in Miracles says that if you want only love, then that's all you'll see. If you choose to see it, that's all you'll see. Because lack cannot exist in the state of love. So you're going to see that you lack nothing. You're going to see that the love was always there. You're going to see that there was never any separation. You're going to see it because you choose to see. That's all you see. All right. Even in the things that you dislike, that is love. That is a reflection showing you, hey, like, you don't have to be here. You don't have to play in this separation. There's a reality and there's where things are going well, but you got to choose to see it as the operant power. So it's about taking your attention off of the 3D, which it comes out of you. It comes out of you and you deciding what's happening, what's unfolding. You're deciding your state of being, and everyone else is moving around that. All right. So I love you guys. I really do. I just wanted to have a candid conversation with you because I do feel like most of us, including me sometimes, we're very cerebral and we get in our head and we think, okay, I got to get the imagination right. I got to get this right. But I got to get, but what it is when you're imagining, you're experiencing the feeling as if it's already been so. You're seeing the love that's already been here with what you've created. You're seeing the success that's already been here. You're seeing the love that's already been here. You're seeing the abundance that's already been here in your breath. It's been here. So that means that abundance is here now. Joy is here now. Peace is here now. Harmony is here now. Success is here now. Oneness is here now. And so to notice that more will be added on top of you. So it's to seek the kingdom and all will be added onto you. So there's nothing that you have to go looking for in another state. It's right here, right now. It's seeking it now within yourself. Where can I see it now with what I've created? And then more will be added onto you, more will be revealed to you. But what you're really revealing is the fact that you're source, that you're one, that you were always perfect, and that all is perfect now. All right. It can't be no other way, you guys. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. If you're listening over on YouTube, I love you. If you're listening over on my podcast, thank you so much for being here. I love you guys too. And remember, imagination is always on your side, and I am too. If you need coaching with me by phone or email, don't forget to get down in the description box below. And yeah, you guys, I will chit chat with you on our next one. Bye.